Welcome to AR Storytime with Mrs. Medeiros. Yes, it is officially the month of May. That's very bittersweet for you and me because that means it's the last month of school and we're not all together. But in the meantime, we have moments like this that bring us together in the best way we can and hopefully brings a smile to your face or some joy to your heart. So on behalf of the whole staff at Valley Oaks Charter School, I just want to remind you of how much you're missed and how much we love you. And on that note, let's celebrate our AR readers from last week. These kiddos not only completed the tests or quiz last week, but they also scored at least 80% or better on average. Some just took one quiz, some took several. We don't care. We're excited you're reading, and as you can see behind me, books are so important. That's one bookshelf in my home. I have many, but this is one filled with books from top to bottom. So yeah, books aren't optional in my home. And since I was a kid, I always used books as a window into the world, an escape from boredom, and an escape from being stuck on a farm sometimes in the country and it's hot outside, and so I'd be inside reading. So anyway, books are great. So thank you for honoring that. And I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs here. So starting with my own kiddos on my roster, congratulations to Luca, Landon, Liberty, Lila, Anton Giovanni. Congratulations to Araya Smith, Brody Smith, Ashley Willis. And by the way, can I just say, some of you have some tricky names. They're beautiful, but they're tricky. So if I botch them, I apologize. It's not intentional. So bear with me. Please don't take offense. And maybe it might just give you a giggle. So moving forward, other kiddos who get a shout out. Caitlin Spivey, Aubrey Botts, Owen Botts, Blake Mongi, Conrad Bima, Liam Maxwell, Max Morales, Nayeli Hernandez, Abrar Al-Ghazali, Addison Pledger, Lucas Scott, Stephen Wilson, Lily Richards, Wyatt Richards, Samantha Force, Ruben Hanthorn, Rhett Basta, Emma Hunt, Liam Cheney-Nera, Lucas Cheney-Nera, Abigail Cleveland, Emma Cleveland, Kessie Sabio, Bella Lagrama, Sari Lagrama, Haley Martinez, Ava Latre, Sebastian Latre, Daniel Crossbay, and Josie Hayes. Congratulations, guys. Keep up the good work. So, on to the book that I'm reading. I chose a Dr. Seuss book, and it's not the most popular or most well-known book, and that's probably because it was one of the last ones published. And in the back of the book, I'm going to give you a peek. They actually give us some information about how this book came to be. And this was a book that he started and couldn't quite finish. He just kept tackling it and couldn't quite get it right. And it was a book about teachers and schools. And he didn't want to offend anyone, but he wanted to still be silly. And I guess it was hanging on his wall for years, the sketches and the manuscript. He just kept at it and never did finish. And so after he passed away, his editor, publisher, they asked for it, and they said, hey, can we see that book and see what happened with it? And so they were given the rights to it, and then they asked some friends to help complete the book. So you'll see as I'm reading it, There are some illustrations that are his actual illustrations that we're hanging. And then there's also illustrations by this illustrator, Lane Smith. So it is called Dr. Seuss, Hooray for Diffendoofer Day. And it says, with some help from Jack Prelutsky, so he finished the writing of the book, and Lane Smith. So I always tell my kiddos to look inside the front cover and look for clues. Sadly, we have no clues. Or I don't know, maybe the blue and white stripes are clues for us. You let me know. I do see here that it says AR 3.8. I don't know if that is still the level that you will find it at on AR if you go on to take a quiz, which you should. That is there from my days in a traditional classroom, so 15 plus years ago. So that's from way back then. I don't know if that's still the correct level. Look it up, find out, let me know. I've always lived in Dinkerville. My friends all live here too. We go to Diffendoofer school. We're happy that we do. Our school is at the corner of Dinkzuber and Dinkzot. It looks like any other school, but we suspect it's not. I think we're learning lots of things not taught at other schools. Our teachers are remarkable. They make up their own rules. So as I'm reading this, I want you to be thinking about similarities or differences of things that I'm going to read with the school that's going on in your home and the school experience that you have when you go to Valley Oaks for enrichment or other activities. So what sounds familiar and what sounds totally different from your experience? And some of the things I'm going to read, you might be like, oh yeah, that sounds a lot like Mrs. Medeiros, or that sounds a lot like Mrs. Foy, or Mrs. Bartz, or who knows who. All right. Miss Bobble teaches listening, Miss Wobble teaches smelling, Miss Fribble teaches laughing, and Miss Quibble teaches yelling. Miss Twining teaches tying knots and neckerchiefs and noodles, and how to tell chrysanthemums from miniature poodles. Miss Vining teaches all the ways a pigeon may be peppered, and how to put a saddle on a lizard or a leopard. My teacher is Miss Bonkers. She is bouncy as a flea. I'm not certain what she teaches, but I'm glad she teaches me. Look, look, she chirps, I'll show you how to tell a cactus from a cow, and then I shall instruct you why a hippo cannot hope to fly. She even teaches frogs to dance and pigs to put on underpants. One day she taught a duck to sing. Miss Bonkers teaches everything. Of all the teachers in our school, I like Miss Bonkers best. Our teachers are all different, but she's differenter than the rest. We also have a principal. His name is Mr. Lowe. He is the very saddest man that any of us know. He mumbles, are they learning this and that and such and such? His face is wrinkled as a prune from worrying so much. He breaks a lot of pencil points from pushing down too hard, and many dogs start barking as he mopes around the yard. We think he wears false eyebrows. In fact, we're sure it's so. We've heard he takes them off at night. I guess we'll never know. But we know he likes Miss Bonkers. He treats her like a queen. He's always there to watch her when she's on her trampoline. There are many other people who make Diffendoofer run. They are utterly amazing. I love every single one. Our nurse, Miss Claudie, knows what to do when we've got sniffles or the flu. One day I had a splinter, so she bandaged me from head to toe. Mr. Plunger, our custodian, has fashioned a machine, a super, zuper, flooper do. It keeps the whole school clean. Our music teacher, Mrs. Fox, makes bagpipes out of straws and socks. Our art instructor, Mr. Bees, paints pictures hanging by his knees. In science class with Mr. Katz, we learn to build robotic rats. In gym, we watch as Mr. Bear hoists elephants into the air. Miss Loon is our librarian. She hides behind the shelves and often cries out, "Louder!" when we're reading to ourselves. She's pretty interesting looking. We have 3 cooks, all named McMunch, who merrily prepare our lunch. They make us hot dogs, beans, and fries, plus things we do not recognize. And as they cook, they sing their song, not too short and not too long. Roast and toast and slice and dice, cooking lunch is oh so nice. So you see here, these are original illustrations from Dr. Seuss, and then these were the add-ons, the ones that came later by the other illustrator. We were eating their concoctions, telling jokes and making noise, when Mr. Lowe appeared and howled, "Attention, girls and boys!" He began to fuss and fidget, scratch and mutter, sneeze and cough. He shook his head so hard, we thought his eyebrows would fall off. He wrung his hands, he cleared his throat, he shed a single tear, then sobbed, "I've something to announce, and that is why I'm here. All schools for miles and miles around must take a special test to see who's learning such and such, to see which school's the best. If our small school does not do well, then it will be torn down, and you will have to go to school in dreary Flobber Town." "Not Flobber Town!" we shouted, and we shuddered at the name, for everyone in Flobber Town does everything the same. It's miserable in Flobber Town. They dress in just one style. They sing one song. They never dance. They march in single file. They do not have a playground, and they do not have a park. Their lunches have no taste at all. Their dogs are scared to bark. But they don't have a farm and a garden either. Look how sad they are. Miss Bonkers rose. "Don't fret," she said. "You've learned the things you need to pass that test and many more. I'm certain you'll succeed. We've taught you that the earth is round, that red and white make pink, and something else that matters more. We've taught you how to think." "I hope you're right," sighed Mr. Lowe. He shed another tear. "The test is in 10 minutes, and you're taking it right here." in shock and disbelief. "Oh no," we moaned. "Oh no." We were even more unhappy than unhappy, Mr. Lowe. But then the test was handed out. "Yahoo!" we yelled, "Yahoo!" For it was filled with all the things that we all knew we knew. There were questions about noodles, about poodles, frogs, and yelling and listening and laughing, and chrysanthemums and smelling. There were questions about other things we'd never seen or heard, and yet we somehow answered them, enjoying every word. One week later, after recess, Mr. Lowe meandered in. We'd never seen him smile before, but now he wore a grin. He soon began to giggle. Then his giggle grew by half, and then it really happened. Mr. Lowe began to laugh. "You've saved our school! You've saved our school!" he jubilantly roared. "We got the very highest score." He wrote it on the board. What score is that? I don't see any commas. Miss Bonkers did some cartwheels till her face turned cherry red. She bounded up to Mr. Lowe and kissed him on the head. "Hooray, hooray," she shouted. "I'm so proud I cannot speak." So she did another cartwheel, and she pecked him on the cheek. "Ahem, ahem," coughed Mr. Lowe. "You all deserve a bow. I thus declare a holiday. It starts exactly now. Because you've done so splendidly in every sort of way, this day forever shall be known as Diffendoofer Day. And furthermore, I promise I won't ever wear a frown, for now I know we'll never go to dreary Flobber Town." Then we held a celebration. There was pizza, milk, and cake. Like everyone, I ate too much and had a bellyache. We laughed and whooped and hollered the entire school day long. Then we all sang triumphantly the Diffendoofer song. So, I don't sing well, so I will read it. Sorry. "We love you, Diffendoofer School. We definitely do. There surely is no other school that's anything like you. You're gribbleless, you're grobbleless. Each day we love you more. You are the school we treasure and unceasingly adore. Oh, finest school in Dinkerville, the only one as well. We love you, Diffendoofer School, much more than we can tell. You are so diffendooferous, it gives us joy to say. 3 cheers for Diffendoofer School." Join me, boys and girls. 3 cheers. Hooray, hooray, hooray. So here is in the back where I told you they describe how the book came to be. And I won't read that, but again, I do want to show you the one page that it shows. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Look at his manuscript. You can see how many times he edited, he scribbled, he scratched, he changed. He kept going at it. So good writing never happens on the first try. It happens with several attempts typically. And sometimes people have to put it away and come back to it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, but I do have a challenge for you. I'm going back to the song that I didn't sing, sorry. But I'm thinking, I wonder if in your spare time you want to give yourself a challenge and write a little song or a poem or a book about your school. Maybe it's what school looks like in your house, or maybe it's your school, Valley Oaks Charter School, on an enrichment day. Or maybe you're going to include both environments. That's my challenge for you. So instead of telling your parents you're bored, I don't want to hear it, and I want you to put yourself to work. And if you don't want to write a book or a poem or song, then just journal. Journal every day, read every day, and all will be well. Okay, boys and girls, I think that's it. And I just want to say, hooray, hooray, hooray for Valley Oaks Charter School. And keep up the good work. And happy May. And we'll be seeing each other soon. Until then, take care.